Alright, I collected about 3 gallons of wort. I have my hops in here. I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and then I'm going to add some more bittering hops, and I'm going to let it boil for about 45 minutes or so. Before I get it up to a boil, what I'm going to add is this product that I stock now. It's called Firm Cap S, and this is an anti-foaming product. So what you do is you just add 1 to 2 drops per gallon of wort. Just add them in like this. And then you stir them up. They'll sit right there on the top of the hops for a little while. But what I do is I stir this up, and this product is awesome just because you don't have to worry about boil overs, you don't have to worry about blow offs, you don't have to worry about anything. And the nice thing about it is that whenever you're done with your primary fermentation, it all drops out of suspension, so it won't ruin any of the head retention to your beer in the final product, which is great. I've been using this stuff in every single brew now, every time I brew beer, because it just saves an awful lot of time and energy and hassle. No more boil overs. It's awesome. So we're going to get this up to a boil and add some more bittering hops. Okay, I brought it up to a boil. I'm going to stir these hops up a little bit, and then I'm just going to add a few more of these citrus hops in here for some bittering hops. I'm just going to eyeball it again. I'm going to save a decent amount for the last 5 minutes for some good flavor. I want to combine these with the Amarillos. We're going to boil this up for about 45 minutes to an hour, and add some more hops. Okay, we're at about 55 minutes into the boil, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my 1 ounce of whole leaf Amarillo hops, and then I'm going to add my 1 ounce of citra hop. It's about 1 ounce. I'm going to toss these in there, let them boil for about 5 more minutes, and I'm going to knock off the heat, let them steep for a little bit, and then we're going to remove all of the hops. Alright, I turned off the heat, and it's still simmering away just a little bit right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually strain out these hops. You can use a regular colander if you want. Some people use a nylon mesh bag and actually put the hops in as they're boiling it, and then they can just pull the hop bag out and squeeze it. I don't like doing that because the stuff is usually really hot. Even using a spoon and everything, I just think that it's more of a pain in the butt doing it that way. So what I've done is I have my little wire basket spoon here, and I just pull these out like this, shake them a little bit, toss them in my 1 gallon pitcher like this, and I'll just strain them out this way until I collect all of them, or as much as I can, out of the actual wort. And then when I'm done doing that, what I'll do is I will push down on this to extract the liquid and pour it back in. So I'm going to finish doing this up. Before I kicked off the heat for the boil, I actually added a little bit of Whirlfloc. These are it's an Irish moss substitute, and what it helps is coagulate the proteins from the hot break and everything in the boil, so that that stuff can actually drop out and stay behind before you go to primary fermentation. So I'm going to finish straining out these hops, and then we're going to move on to chilling it down and maybe something else, something a little bit different. We're going to experiment this time. Alright, I'm going to do something new that I've never done before, and I'm going to check it out and see how the experiment goes. Right now, my wort's still hot and I have to chill it down. But before I do that, I have a package of Knox gelatin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this directly to the wort right now and dissolve it in there. And I'm going to then hope that what it does is helps drop out all of that hot break and cold break that's in the solution right now. Hopefully I'll get enough cold break with the way that I'm going to chill this down. Now, I've done this a couple of times before with this chill method, not with the gelatin. This is the first time I've done this with the gelatin. I just stirred that up real good. All I'm going to do is take the pot and I'm going to dump this right in my bucket right here. I'm not concerned about any hot side aeration. Now, this right here, this bucket, this is just a standard bottling bucket. I use a lot of these buckets just like this for primary fermentation. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lid on this. I'm going to put an airlock on it and I'm going to let it sit outside for probably overnight. I'm in no hurry with this stuff and I'm going to let it chill. It's not going to be a fast chill, but I'm going to chill it down overnight in this 5-degree temperature and see how the Knox gelatin works in separating out and clarifying the actual wort before I put my yeast into it. And then tomorrow what I can do is I can actually just open up this valve right here and siphon directly off of anything that falls and precipitates out. And then I can use that and just have a nice clean fermentation, primary fermentation. So we'll see how it goes. That is all for countertop all grain brewing. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy. You know, it takes a little bit of time, but it's nice to do. So if you have any questions, hit me up at benshomebrew.com. Thanks. Alright everyone, this is the result from using the gelatin. I left it out overnight. It started to freeze a little bit. I had to thaw it out a little bit. I ended up taking it from this bucket and putting it into this bucket right here. Overall, the whole gelatin experiment was unsuccessful. There's still a lot of wort in here, and I'm going to end up just dumping this whole thing into this bucket down here because I don't want to waste all of that wort. So, you know, it was something to shoot for, see what happens. I hope everybody learned a little bit about countertop all grain brewing, and give it a shot sometime if you get a chance. We are going to pitch some yeast into this and ferment it out.